Shalom, shalom. Welcome to another video, family. I know it's been a while. Today's video is very important, and it is intended to give a lot of information to what is going on today, especially after viewing the video that the former Kanye West, now known as Ye, that he said on the Drink Champs in November, just a couple of days ago. The name of this video is going to be No More Niggers by the year 2024. The truth sets everyone free. Okay, I'm going to be reading from my computer screen, so bear with me, have a little patience. And this may be a two video set. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of the pages that I've written here on one video, but I'm going to try. So here we go. Once again, the title of this video is called No More Niggers by the year 2024. Chapter 1, A Lost Nation in the Matrix. Okay. They are afraid of what is inevitable, said Kanye West, or Ye, in November 2021. I'm going to tell you who they are later in this video. Okay, hold up, everyone that's watching this video now. Before we begin, let it be said that this video is not about hate speech or genocide of so-called black people. What it is about concerns the future and final liberation of a nation within a nation that has been held in captivity and bondage by an ancient enemy foe for well over 400 years now. The use and meaning of the N-word in the title of this video in context of this book is defined as an ignorant person or people and will not be used further in this video, the use of the N-word. Our enemy has pushed and promoted the use of this foul word even by our own people for far too long. It must be eradicated from our collective vocabulary and use by us if we are to move forward to liberation, wealth, and power. As a group of people, we are the biblical Hebrew Israelites. We have suffered a terrible Holocaust unmatched by any other racial or ethnic group on this plane or planet, which continues to this very day. This has been by design of our enemy, which has existed since biblical times. To get a better understanding of the plight of our plight in the Matrix, we must first define what the Matrix is. A Hollywood movie of the same name so wisely defined it as a prison for your mind or consciousness. Although this prison can be real or imaginary, it can still cripple and neutralize a person or a nation into inactivity, hopelessness, and despair. In the case of our people, nation, the Israelites, the prison is imaginary and self-imposed due to our faulty thinking and ignorance of biblical prophecy and the crafty manipulation of time by our ancient enemy. Let me say that again. In the case of our people, the Israelites, the prison is imaginary and it is self-imposed due to 1, our faulty thinking, 2, an ignorance of biblical prophecy, and 3, the crafty manipulation of time by our ancient enemy. I may be moving too fast because I have not explained how so-called black people, and not all black people are Israelites, are truly the biblical Israelites and the chosen of the Most High God, Ahaya. Some people say Yah. I am showing how this people are the only racial and ethnic group on this planet that fulfills like a glove all of the curses of the biblical book of Deuteronomy chapter 28. Wherever we have been scattered globally on this plane or planet by the Most High Yah or Ahaya. What is this faulty thinking today that motivates our Israelite people's inaction, treason, and cowardice, that cripples and neutralizes us in the face of our enemy? It is that our enemy has deceived us into believing, number one, that we are Africans or of African descent, and for those of us who know we are Israelites, our enemy has deceived us into believing that we are still under the curses, which says that we are enslaved and we will continue to be mistreated. Even though it was prophesied by the prophets of the Most High, Yah or Ahia, that we would be delivered free from the curses by Yah after 400 years, and afterward we would come out of bondage with great wealth. And that's the basis of that is Genesis 15 and 14. Exodus 12, 40 and 41 further tells us that the actual time that the sons of Israel lived in Egypt, and Egypt is just a code for bondage, was 430 years. At the end of this time, to the very day, all the host of Yah went out from the land of Egypt, or bondage. Let's plug these numbers into the prophetic timeline's last Israelite bondage in North America, which lasted from 1555 to 1955, 400 years exactly. It is no coincidence that 1955 was the exact year, in August 28th, that 14-year-old Emmett Lewis Till was murdered in Mississippi, sparking off the civil rights movement of so-called black folks. Many of them were Israelites. 430 years, based on Exodus 12 and 40 and 41, the prophetic timeline of Israelite bondage in North America would be 1555 to 1985, witnessing a growing AIDS epidemic, which is genocide and biowarfare, also being the year of Operation Moses, a secret operation by Zionist Israeli state to airlift thousands of Jewish Ethiopian refugees out of Sudan. The Color Purple Hollywood movie also premiered that year, which demonized the black male image. In the year before 1985, 1984, the U.S. President Ronald Reagan initiates a U.S. Holy See diplomacy, or the establishment of formal relations with the Vatican, where our enemy in Rome resides. I'll explain that later. We are over 30 years past even the 430-year prophetic timeline of Israelite bondage in North America, 1985, and we are still today in a self-imposed prison of our individual and collective consciousnesses. Question: why are Israelites still in bondage in North America? Who is the ancient and biblical enemy of the Israelites? The answer is our older twin brother Esau, the father of the Edomites. They are rightfully identified as Hebrews because according to the scripture, we have the same mother and father. They are rightfully identified as Hebrews, but they are not, I repeat, they are not Israelites, nor do they originate from Jacob or Israel, nor from Judah. The majority of the Jewish people today identify themselves with the Japhetic forefather Ashkenaz, a non-Semitic son of Noah. They call themselves Ashkenazim or Ashkenazi Jews from Germania, who didn't appear on the historical scene until the 11th century, that's 1000 AD. According to Wikipedia, their total population is 10 to 11.2 million people, a very tiny number of Earth's billions of people. A smaller number, the Sephardic or Hispanic Jews, has a history around Spain and Portugal and the Iberian Peninsula. And after being expelled from Spain in 1492 were the first Jews to conquer and colonize the new world of the Americas. The pirates of the Caribbean were said to include many Sephardim. However, the ancient Republic of Rome is where Esau and his offspring gained their greatest wealth and power over the true biblical Israelites, then dominated by the Judeans. The Holy Bible tells us that the older Esau would always be close by. Example, he would use his identity. He would always be close by his younger brother Jacob Israel, who would lose his identity, and that Israel would supplant his brother Esau and gain the favor of the Most High Yah over his older brother. It is stated that the end of Esau's reign rule would be the beginning of Israel's reign rule over the earth. We are today witnessing the slow but inevitable end of Esau's reign over true Israel. This is what Brother Ye was talking about when he said they fear the inevitable, because we are witnessing the slow but inevitable end of Esau's reign over true Israel today. Esau would copy and imitate Jacob Israel's history of splitting into two different and conflicting opposing groups or kingdoms. The northern kingdom led by Ephraim versus the southern kingdom led by Judah, David, Solomon, etc. After 1492, Esau was split into the overt identities as expelled Sephardic Jewish diaspora into the New World of the Americas, and in 1540 AD as a covert hidden faction supposedly in opposition as the Society of Jesus or the Jesuit Order. Both factions would go on to obtain great wealth and immense power and would use both to rule over, divide and conquer the masses of earth's people, especially against his brothers, the Israelites. Esau would set up an anti-black or Israelite system of white supremacy that would ensure and guarantee that Israelites would remain forever on the bottom of society in a low and wretched condition, while they would occupy the highest rungs of society as the status quo as the top. The revolution will not be televised. Thanks to Gil Scott-Heron for that saying, as it will take place in the collective minds of the Israelite people or nation. Only then will the faulty matrix mindset of our people be eliminated, and we will be ready to move forward into power and prosperity, this time forever. If the matrix mindset that says that we're still under Yah's curses no matter what we do is not corrected, then no matter where we go in the world, we will take that crutch with us, and we will not rise above our condition to greatness, unity, power, and wealth. The 400 years of captivity in North America is over, has long ended. Wake up. Hollywood's Wakanda is a foreseen shadow of the forever risen true Yisrael Yasharallah in the Americas, not in the so-called Middle East. The Black Panther is indigenous to the Americas, not to Africa. Our people are scattered all over the Americas, the richest continent on this planet. Let's take advantage of this. Hence, let's build a global Israelite Wall Street throughout the Americas. Praise the Most High Haya. A quick historical point that I think is very important. The Messiah Yahusha, or some say Yahawashai, was hunted by the Herodians, which are Esau, as an infant, and it was them and not his own people, or the Israelites or Judeans. It was not the Judeans who gave him up to the Romans to be crucified. It was the Herodians or Esau, okay? The Edomites, it was they who controlled Judea under the Romans and the Sanhedrin Council, which exercised complete political and religious control over the minds of the masses of our people in Judea at that time. Don't fall for the lies that have been told about Israelites, Christian world. It wasn't the Israelites that gave up the Messiah to the Romans. It was the Herodians, Esau, okay, that did that. So that needs to be corrected by the Christian world. The Messiah's own people did not condemn him. He was condemned by his ancient enemy brother, Esau. Why is it so important that there be no more ignorant people, as I said, the N-word people? Why is it so important that there be no more ignorant people in the U.S. by the year 2024? Because by then, the next U.S. president will be elected in that year, and our people, the Israelites, and all people need to know who the true Israelites are to make a great change in both domestic and international policies around the world. The true Israelites will be the catalyst for that great change, whether the world is ready for it or not. Disclaimer: all skin folk ain't kinfolk. I am not saying that all so-called black people are Israelites, as many of them are of Asiatic or Hamitic or African descent or origin. The Holy Spirit is waking up the true Israelites today, and is calling them to remembrance. When you know, then you know, in your heart, spirit, and soul. No need to argue with or try to convince others of this truth. Shalom.